Madhrika Gupta. I am a third year student of BSc B.Ed in Physical Sciences from Regional Institute of Education in CRT Ajmer, and I am the speaker of today's session. The topic of today's session is myopia, an epidemic on the rise. And before I start, I would first like to thank the GSTS team for providing me this opportunity. And I would like to tell you all that this will be an interactive session. So I request all of you to use the comment box whenever I ask a question, and you all should answer it. I would request all of you to answer it. So how many of you here, do you wear spectacles? Can you please reply in yes or no in the comment section? And those of you who do wear spectacles, do you have difficulty seeing the nearby objects or the distant objects? So as we can see, we have a lot of comments saying yes. Actually, the most prevalent cause of myopia these days, of wearing spectacles these days, is myopia. And myopia is the topic of today's talk. The objectives of today's talk are to assess the prevalence of myopia in India and around the world, to understand what myopia is and why it happens, to recognize the problems associated with myopia, to know the preventive measures and treatments of myopia, and at the end, to analyze two case studies, one from Taiwan and the other from Singapore. So let's first understand what myopia is. Myopia होता क्या है? Myopia को हम near sightedness भी कहते हैं, और ये एक ऐसी आई कंडीशन है जिसमें जिस इंसान को मायोपिया होता है वो पास की चीजें तो साफ देख लेता है, लेकिन जो दूर की चीजें होती हैं वो उसे ब्लरी दिखाई पड़ती हैं. इसी के अपोजिट, ऑन द कंट्रारी, देयर इज अ कंडीशन नोन एज हाइपरोपिया. इसे फार साइटेडनेस या हाइपरमेट्रोपिया भी कहते हैं. और इस कंडीशन में आपको पास की चीजें दिखाई नहीं पड़ती हैं और दूर की चीजें दिखाई पड़ती हैं. अब मैंने आपको बता दिया कि व्हाट एग्जैक्टली मायोपिया इज एंड व्हाट इज हाइपरमेट्रोपिया. नाउ यू मस्ट बी थिंकिंग, is there really a need to conduct a whole session on myopia? मतलब प्रॉब्लम क्या है? सिर्फ चश्मा ही तो लगाना होता है. Is there really a need? Is it really that serious that we need to have a session? So I will show you some data from some research journals, and I will let you decide if you really need to conduct this session or not. Starting with the global myopic prevalence. In 2000s, the global myopic prevalence was about 20%, which has risen to about 35% in the current year, and it is expected to increase up to 49.8% by 2050. That is, 2050 तक वर्ल्ड की आधी पॉपुलेशन को मायोपिया होगा. Continuing, अब हमारे पास कुछ डेटा है among the 20-year-olds who are myopes and from different countries, starting with Hong Kong. आप देख सकते हैं मायोपिया हांगकांग में अभी 80% है. The rates of myopia in Hong Kong are about 80%. Similarly, in Taiwan also, it's more than 80%. In Singapore, again, more than 80%, and the graph is also rising very steeply. In South Korea, a very steep rise and more than 80% again. Now you must be wondering, what are the trends in India? Well, not as bad as the Southeast Asian countries, but not very good as well. In 1990, India में जो rate of myopia था, वो था 4.44%. In 2019, it increased to 21.15%. That is, 1 in every 5 person is myopic in India. And by 2050, it is expected to rise at a very fast rate up to 48.14%. That is, again, half of India's population will be myopic by the time we reach 2050. इससे आपको समझ में आ गया होगा कि मायोपिया सच में बहुत ज्यादा प्रेवलेंट हो चुकी है, बहुत ज्यादा कॉमन हो चुकी है और बहुत ज्यादा सीरियस प्रॉब्लम है. तो आइए देखते हैं कि मायोपिया एग्जैक्टली होता क्या है. For telling you what myopia exactly is, first I'll let you know about how we see things. I'll let you know the structure of human eye. And from your class 10 science, you might remember some of the things, so I'll go over briefly. The outermost layer of our eye is known as the cornea. तो जब भी बाहर किसी ऑब्जेक्ट से लाइट रेज हमारी आईज को हिट करती हैं, वो सबसे पहले कॉर्निया से पास होती हैं, फिर वो आइरिस और प्यूपल से पास होते हुए हमारे आई के अंदर एक लेंस प्रेजेंट होता है जो कि कॉन्वेक्स लेंस होता है, उस पर पड़ती हैं. अब ये कॉन्वेक्स लेंस सारी जो लाइट रेज होती हैं उनको कन्वर्ट करता है और एक पॉइंट पे जाके फोकस करता है, जिसे कहते हैं रेटिना। ये रेटिना हमारे ब्रेन से ऑप्टिक नर्व्स के थ्रू कनेक्टेड होता है और यही ऑप्टिक नर्व्स सिग्नल्स रेटिना से ब्रेन तक लेके जाती हैं, जहां पे ब्रेन सिग्नल्स को परसीव करता है और हम इमेजेस देख पाते हैं। ये एक स्कीमेटिक डायग्राम है एक नॉर्मल आई का। एंड आप लोग सोच रहे होंगे कि जो कन्वर्जेंस होता है वो मोस्टली हमारा जो आई लेंस होता है, जो कि कॉन्वेक्स लेंस होता है, वो करता होगा, बट नो, एक्चुअली about 60 to 70% of the refraction of the convergence, it happens when the light rays pass through the cornea. The lens only does the fine tuning. अब ये तो बात थी एक नॉर्मल आई की. What about a myopic eye? Actually, the shape of a myopic eye is changed. Myopic eyes tend to be elongated. They have more axial length, and because of which the light rays coming from outside the eyes are converged at a point before the retina. वो रेटिना पे ना कन्वर्ज होके रेटिना से पहले कन्वर्ज हो जाता है, जिसकी वजह से हमें दूर की चीजें दिखाई नहीं पड़ती हैं. Contrary to this, hypermetropia में जो आईबॉल होता है वैसे स्क्विश्ड सा हो जाता है, जिसकी वजह से जो लाइट रेस कन्वर्ज होती हैं वो हमारी आईबॉल्स के पीछे जाके किसी पॉइंट पर होती हैं, जिसकी वजह से हमें पास की चीजें दिखाई नहीं पड़ती हैं. इस पिक्चर में आप देख सकते हैं कि नॉर्मल विजन वाले इंसान को, मायोपिक विजन वाले पर्सन को और हाइपरमेट्रोपिक पर्सन को कैसा दिखाई पड़ता है. अब आप इसमें एक चीज देख पा रहे होंगे और शायद से आपने ये सोचा भी होगा कि एक नॉर्मल विजन वाले पर्सन को पास की चीजें और दूर की चीजें दोनों दिखाई पड़ती हैं. ऐसा कैसे हो सकता है? बिकॉज अगर हम लोग क्लास 10 साइंस की बात करें, आपने पढ़ा होगा कि अगर ऑब्जेक्ट्स डिफरेंट डिस्टेंसेस पे रखे होते हैं तो वी नीड lenses of different focal lengths. Now this is achieved by a process known as accommodation. Accommodation is the eye's ability to adjust its focus to see objects clearly at different distances. Inside our eyes, there are a few muscles known as the ciliary muscles, which are connected to the eye lens. And these muscles continuously relax and contract so that we can see the near objects as well as the distant objects. अब हमने देख लिया कि मायोपिया क्या होता है, हाइपरमेट्रोपिया क्या होता है, तो आप लोग मुझे ये बताइए, रीजन भी तो होगा ना कुछ मायोपिया होने का. आप लोग को क्या लगता है, अकॉर्डिंग टू यू, व्हाट इज द रीजन ऑफ द ऑनसेट एंड प्रोग्रेशन ऑफ मायोपिया? आप छोटे से ही सुनते आ रहे होंगे अपने पेरेंट्स से, अपने ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स से कि पास से फोन नहीं देखना चाहिए, पास से टीवी नहीं देखना चाहिए, बाहर जाके खेला करो, आंखों के लिए अच्छा होता है, या अंधेरे में पढ़ाई नहीं करनी चाहिए, रात में पढ़ाई नहीं करनी चाहिए. तो आपके अकॉर्डिंग क्या रीजंस होते हैं जो कि ऑनसेट करते हैं, जो कि डेवलप हेल्प करते हैं मायोपिया को डेवलप करने में? कैन यू प्लीज कमेंट इन द कमेंट सेक्शन. Okay, some are saying TV. Yes, TV, mobile phones, digital screens, they are the most prominent reasons. So let's see कि scientific community क्या कहती है इस बारे में. What are the theories given by the scientific community that explain the onset and progression of myopia? So we have three theories, starting from DNA theory. What DNA theory says is that if you have a myopic parent, those parents who are myopic in nature tend to have offsprings that tend to have higher rates of myopia. In a study, it was found that if you have one parent who is myopic, your chances of becoming myopic increases by twofold. Whereas if both the parents are myopic, then the chances of the offspring becoming myopic increases by up to 5 times. Not only this, the DNA theory was thought to be most prominent in the old ages, but by the time we reached 1970s, हमें इसमें कुछ discrepancies दिखी. अलास्का में एक स्टडी की गई थी जिसमें देखा गया कि एक जनरेशन में काफी लो रेट्स ऑफ मायोपिया थे, whereas in the subsequent next generation, जो just next generation आई थी उनके बच्चों की, उसमें देखा गया कि the rates of myopia increased to as much as 80%. This much of a shift in just one generation. Now we know that this huge drastic change is not possible due to evolution, because evolution takes place in a lot of years. So a new theory was given by the scientists, and this is known as the near work theory. अब नियर वर्क क्या होता है? नियर वर्क कोई भी ऐसा काम है जिसमें जब आप नियर वर्क कर रहे हैं तो आपकी आंखों को पास में फोकस होना पड़ता है. इट माइट बी स्क्रोलिंग इंस्टाग्राम रील्स, इट माइट बी वॉचिंग यूट्यूब वीडियोस, इट माइट बी स्टडीइंग फॉर योर टेस्ट. सो इन सब में क्या होता है कि हमारी आंखें पास में फोकस कर रही होती हैं. एंड ये थ्योरी ये कहती है कि द मोर you work in the near work, the more you work in the near work, the higher are the chances of you getting myopic. आप जितना ज्यादा नियर वर्क करेंगे आपके मायोपिक होने के चांसेस उतने ज्यादा बढ़ जाते हैं. Now, there are some evidences to support the newer work theory. Firstly, when schooling was introduced in Eskimo populations, Eskimos are the people who live in cold areas such as Greenland and Iceland. So when schooling was introduced in Eskimo populations, the rate of myopia increased very steeply. Second, in the Orthodox Jewish boys who undertook intense schooling, it was found that the rate of myopia was greatly higher compared with that in Orthodox girls who were not allowed to study. And in a report of myopic Chinese fishermen, almost a lot of them reported reading in their childhood. So we can see that there is a direct correlation between doing near work, doing intense and continuous more duration of near work, and the higher rates of myopia. But moving forward with the increase in science and technology, it was found that the near work theory is only part of the answer. So another theory was presented, and this is known as the outside theory. अब इस थ्योरी में काफी सारी स्टडीज की गई थी स्कूल चिल्ड्रन पर, एनिमल्स पर, जैसे चिक्स पर. तो उसमें इन्होंने पाया कि अगर आप ब्राइट लाइट से एक्सपोज्ड होते हैं, if you are exposed to bright light, then the chances of getting myopic steeply decrease. And कितनी लाइट चाहिए होती है हमें इसके लिए? Well, a minimum of 10,000 lux intensity of light. You should be exposed to a minimum of 10,000 lux intensity of light. Lux is a unit of intensity of light here. And how much is 10,000 lux? अगर मैं क्वांटिफाई करूं तो अगर आप घर से बाहर निकलते हैं और अगर आप छांव में भी जाके बैठ जाते हैं, then you can easily we receive 10,000 lux intensity of light. Whereas अगर आप घर में रहते हैं, even in a very well lit room with all the windows open and with all the doors open, you will not be able to achieve 10,000 lux intensity of light. So it's very crucial that you step outside of your home. अब साइंटिस्ट ने ये सोचा कि रीजन क्या है, ब्राइट लाइट से हमारी आंखों में मायोपिया होने के चांसेस कम हो रहे हैं. व्हाट एग्जैक्टली इज द रीजन बिहाइंड दिस? इसमें साइंटिस्ट ने पाया कि एक मॉलिक्यूल है नोन एज द डोपामीन व्हिच इज रिस्पांसिबल फॉर दिस. आप लोग जानते होंगे कि डोपामीन इज प्रोड्यूस्ड इन अवर ब्रेन, बट इट इज आल्सो रिलीज्ड बाय अवर रेटिना, एंड डोपामीन इज रिस्पांसिबल फॉर द रेगुलेशन ऑफ आई ग्रोथ. तो जब हम बाहर जाते हैं, when our eyes are exposed to bright light, the bright light hits our retina releases dopamine, it regulates the eye growth, stops the eye growth so that it does not grow further. But in the absence of this very bright light, what happens is our eyes do not know when to stop growing. They keep growing, they keep elongating, and thus we get myopia. So it's very, very important that we send our children outside to play, to go for a walk, and avoid screens such as TV and mobile phones. Speaking of TV, mobile phones, and laptop, you cannot forget COVID-19 pandemic, right? COVID-19 pandemic में इन डिजिटल डिवाइसेस का यूजेज इतना ज्यादा बढ़ गया था कि एक एवरेज इंसान 4 घंटे तक पर डे डिजिटल डिवाइसेस को यूज कर रहा था. एंड द रिजल्ट, the percentage of myopia in 2020 was 10.40% higher than in 2019. एक single year में 10% का rise. All this because people were not allowed to step outside of their homes due to the restrictions imposed, and also the increasing usage of digital devices for online classes or work from home. Now we know that myopia is very serious, but how serious it is? Actually, you might be thinking it's just limited to wearing glasses, right? But no. The people who have high myopia, that is, the people who have myopia with higher than -6 diopter power, they are at an increased risk of losing their vision, of having permanent loss of vision, Not only this, the people with myopia are at an increased risk of contracting eye diseases such as retinal detachment, myopic macular degeneration, glaucoma, amblyopia, and early onset cataract. अब इतना सब सुन के आप बहुत पैनिक कर रहे होंगे, but you don't need to panic because there are preventive measures to prevent you getting myopia. And what are these? First, you should go outside for 2 hours daily. Second, you should spend less time looking at digital devices. For this, you can track your screen time using various apps. And thirdly, you should maintain a proper distance while doing near work. One example can be seen from a Chinese province. In this Chinese province, such iron rods were installed on the desks of school children so that they do not droop too low while doing their schoolwork. Now, this was about how we can prevent myopia. But what about the people who already have myopia like me? Well, we have got you covered as well. There are various treatments that can help in the treatment of myopia. We'll go over them one by one. So the first is multifocal lenses. Multifocal lenses, they are soft contact lenses which make the peripheral vision intentionally blurry, and this appears to slow down the progression of myopia. Secondly, we have autokeratology lenses. These are hard lenses which only have to be worn at night, and इन्हें हम जब रात में पहनते हैं तो they flatten the cornea, they reshape our eye, due to which we are able to see better in the daytime, and these have to be removed in the daytime. Third is a very popular option in India, which is the laser surgery. Laser surgery is scientifically known as LASIK, which stands for laser assisted in situ keratomyolysis. And it takes place in 2 stages. First, at the opening of the corneal flap, and then using laser, the eye is reshaped. The cornea is reshaped into a predetermined shape, and you are done. It lasts for about 8 to 10 seconds, and the rate of success is really very high for LASIK. Next, at the end, we have atropine. Atropine is an eye drug derived from a plant known as belladonna or deadly nightshade, and atropine is the dosage used is 0.01%, and it can prevent elongation by up to 60 to 90%. Till now, we have seen all the treatments, all the preventions. Let us now look at this scientific knowledge being used in the real world to bring changes in the lives of people. So now we'll look at 2 case studies. First, we will look at a case study from Taiwan. 1999 जो ईयर था उसमें ताइवान ने एक प्रोग्राम इंट्रोड्यूस किया known as the Enhanced School Children Vision Care 5-year program. इस प्रोग्राम में काफी सारे measures लिए गए which included improving the room lighting to 500 lux, improving and adjusting the table height according to a student's height, encouragement of distance gazing during recess inside the classroom, and promoting near work break habits. But this program did not seem to stabilize or decrease the rates of myopia in children. So in 2010, a new program was introduced known as the Tian Tian Outdoor 120 program. Here, the outdoor 120 signifies 120 minutes of daily outdoor time for school children. And this led to a really steep decrease in the rates of myopia in school children. Here you can see that after 2010, that is when Tian Tian program was introduced, the rate of myopia is gradually decreasing. Next, we have a case study from Singapore. In Singapore, in the year 2001, a program known as the National Myopia Prevention Program was introduced, in which various measures were taken, such as educating the general public and regular vision screening of the public. This led to stabilizing the rates of myopia in secondary children as well as the primary school children. अभी तक हमने देखा केस स्टडीज देखी दूसरे देशों से, ताइवान से, सिंगापुर से. अब देखते हैं कि हमारे इंडिया में मायोपिया पर क्या काम हुआ है. एग्जैक्टली अभी तक इंडिया ने कोई कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव प्लान या प्रोग्राम नहीं लॉन्च किया है, but this does not mean that India has not taken any step to prevent myopia. There have been a few developments, and one of them is a new technology was recently launched known as SILK, which stands for Smooth Insertion Lenticule Keratomyolysis, in New Delhi in October 2023. Also, there are various councils in India. One such council is Optometry Council of India, which is recognized by the government of India, and it has a myopic task force which helps and which works towards preventing myopia. Not only this, there are various conferences that take place in India also. One such mention is Indian Myopia Awareness and Research Conference, which started in 2020. And at the end, India Vision Institute has announced a long-term initiative to help fight the problem in India. And with this, I have come to the end of my presentation. These are the references from which I have taken these are the sources. And I would like to conclude my talk with saying that the world has been myopic about a number of issues, ranging from climate change to nuclear war, but it should not be short-sighted about myopia, because myopia is a condition that can cost us our future vision. Thank you.
It was great presentation, मुद्रिका. और हमारी जो आंखें हैं वो बहुत ही प्रीशियस गिफ्ट है जो हमें मिला है, और इस बिजी लाइफ में हम भूल जाते हैं कि उनका ख्याल भी रखना होता है, उनकी केयर भी करनी होती है. सो डेफिनेटली आपका जो ये टॉक है मुझे लगता है कि बहुत सारे लोगों को अवेयर करेगा कि हम अपनी आंखों की केयर करें. एंड कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशन फॉर योर सक्सेसफुल टॉक. हर सेशन के बाद जो हमारा टॉक होता है उसके बाद हमारे जो ऑडियंस होते हैं उनके कुछ डाउट्स होते हैं, कुछ क्वेरीज होते हैं. सो मैं वो आपके सामने रखूंगा. सो प्लीज ट्राई कीजिए कि आप उनको सॉल्व कर सकें. सो द फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज, what specific public health strategies can be implemented to address and potentially reverse the increasing prevalence of myopia?
देखिए, मायोपिया को रिवर्स करना बहुत ही डिफिकल्ट होता है, तो हम लोग मायोपिया में ये काम जरूर कर सकते हैं कि मायोपिया और ज्यादा प्रोग्रेस ना करे. एंड इसके लिए जैसा कि मैंने बताया कि तीन थ्योरीज हमने अभी जस्ट पढ़ी. डीएनए थ्योरी में तो हम कुछ ज्यादा वर्क नहीं कर सकते हैं बिकॉज इट डिपेंड्स ऑन द जीन्स एंड वी आर नॉट एबल टू चेंज दैट. बट अंडर द नियर वर्क थ्योरी यू कैन stop doing the near work for very intensely or for a continuous period of time. Also बाहर जा सकते हैं जैसा कि मैंने बताया, और काफी सारे जैसे अभी नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी 2020 आई है जिसमें कि स्कूल चिल्ड्रन का बर्डन कम किया है. ये हेल्प करेगा स्टूडेंट्स को ताकि वे बाहर जाएं और उनका नियर वर्क टाइम जो है वो रिड्यूस हो जाए. तो पॉलिसीज इस तरह की लाई जा सकती हैं.
Well answered, Mudrika. The second question is, how effective are current treatments of myopia in slowing its progression, and what new treatments are being developed?
Okay, तो current जैसा कि मैंने आपको बताया कि हमारे पास मल्टीफोकल लेंसेज हैं, ऑर्थो के लेंसेज हैं, लेजर है, एट्रोपिन है. ये काफी इफेक्टिव हैं और इंडिया में हालांकि अभी लेजर ही बहुत ज्यादा प्रोमिनेंट आप देख रहे होंगे, काफी सारे लोग लेजर सर्जरी करवाते हैं. लेजर सर्जरी की सक्सेस रेट अबाउट मोर देन 90% है. सो आई वुड से इट इज वेरी इफेक्टिव. एंड बाकी कंट्रीज में सच एज सिंगापुर एंड जापान, एट्रोपिन हैज बीन इंक्रीजिंगली यूज्ड एंड इट इज आल्सो वेरी इफेक्टिव. द न्यू टेक्नोलॉजी, एज आई सेड इन द लास्ट स्लाइड, सिल्क टेक्नोलॉजी अभी लॉन्च हुई है न्यू दिल्ली में बाय जॉनसन एंड जॉनसन कंपनी. So yeah, technologies are being introduced daily. Yeah, I mean,
Okay, Mudrika. And there is one more question from Akash Tyagi. I think ये भी थोड़ा सा similar है. Is it possible to reverse myopia to the normal vision without surgery? क्योंकि many cases में ऐसा होता है कि surgery as a solution बताया जाता है, but without surgery क्या is it possible?
Well, in the scope of my presentation, जिसमें हमने mostly English medicine को study किया है, will actually no, but there is this thing कि अगर हम लोग अपना nutrition अच्छा करते हैं तो myopia में भी reverse ना हो, but हाँ progression slow जरूर हो सकता है. With using, like, you should have a well lit room when you are studying. You should stay away from the smartphones and the laptop, and you should spend time outside in the greenery. So yeah, progression कम हो सकता है, and if you are lucky enough or if you have maybe a good healthy body, you'll be able to reverse it as well.
बहुत ही खूबसूरती से आपने सारे सवालों के जवाब दिए, मुद्रिका. सो नाउ अभी हम जानते हैं कि हमारे जो आज के गेस्ट ऑफ ऑनर है डॉक्टर दीपांकर सर, उनसे जानते हैं कि उन्हें आपका जो टॉक है वो कैसा लगा। और सर से मैं ये भी रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि जीएसटीएस के इनिशिएटिव के बारे में भी आपके जो थॉट्स हैं वो आप शेयर कीजिए। सो दीपांकर सर, डॉक्टर दीपांकर सर।
Okay, thank you. Today's speaker, Mudrika Gupta ma'am, she has delivered a very nice and thought-provoking lecture about myopia, which is becoming an epidemic and it's on the rise. And she has given case studies of Singapore and Hong Kong as well, I think. And she has given light on different treatments and causes of the disease as well. And from my side, I want to say to the GSTS team that they are doing a very fabulous work. I think they are doing this from since 2021, and they have reached 164th talk series today. And from my side, I want to say that not only the genetic factor or environmental factors should be taken into granted when the disease is concerned. We should be knowing that people should be seeing less and less smartphones and computers and mobile phones. They should be playing outside, and in children we should instill a sense of discipline so that they can take care of their eye health, and they can play outside and they can have a healthy life. Thank you.
थैंक यू सर। सर अगर आप जीएसटीएस की इस इनिशिएटिव के बारे में भी अपने जो थॉट्स है वो शेयर करें तो। सर मैं रिक्वेस्ट करता हूँ कि आप जीएसटीएस की इस इनिशिएटिव के बारे में भी अपने जो थॉट्स है वो हम सबके साथ शेयर कीजिए।
Okay, GS has because they are different kinds of speakers from different areas of life, and from giving encouragement to speakers and scholars, and they are kind of doing a good job in researching different topics and instilling different public speaking oratory skills in the students and scholars. So I think they are doing a good job. Thank you.
थैंक यू सर फॉर योर वर्ड्स। इसके बाद हमारे जो क्वेश्चन आंसर्स का सेशन होता है उसमें हमारे जो स्पीकर से हम और एक क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं, जो कि आपका मुद्रिका जीएसटीएस के साथ जो एक्सपीरियंस था वो कैसा रहा। आपके थॉट्स हम सबके साथ प्लीज शेयर कीजिए।
ओके, थैंक यू मंथन। एक्चुअली आई वुड से कि मुझे सबसे पहली बार इंट्रोड्यूस किया था जीएसटीएस से अंकित भैया ने, और अंकित भैया प्रीति दीदी अभी मेरे कॉलेज में ही हैं, एंड they encouraged me कि मुझे भी पार्ट लेना चाहिए। they saw that I was a good speaker, so they encouraged me, and थोड़ी सी हिम्मत करके मैंने सोचा कि ठीक है, I'll fill the form, and to my surprise the GSTS team was really very helpful. I mean, I'm at a lots of words कि आपने मैसेज करें अजय भैया को, मानवी को, आप मैसेज करें and they reply back so like instantly in a minute of seconds, in a matter of time. And not only this, जब हमारा अभी प्रीमीट हुआ था उस टाइम भी आप सबने इतना like बहुत भी at ease feel करवाया था. I was not taking any pressure. I was actually very pressured just before this talk, and everyone let me to कि नहीं मुद्रिका हो जाएगा. So I would say कि you all are doing a very good job, and I am myself part of a society in our college, and seeing your work ethics, how you work, how you are doing so well in your own society, I am really encouraged and motivated to do better in my own society. So yeah, thank you very much. मैं जितना कहूँ उतना कम है. It would take me a whole session to describe what I feel about GSTS.